Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of the Pickles and Bacon Show Rewind. I'm Pickles, and over to, well, he's on my left, but it's your right. Tell him who you are.
I'm bacon. Or is
And
she
we have,
bacon and I'm pickles? Or is she bacon and I'm pickles?
who knows? That's the beauty of our show. We are having another special guest on our show for the Pickles and Bacon Show Rewind. Today we have Dani Atkinson. Hi, Dani. It's nice to meet you. I've never met you before, but I know that you know my brother Pickles. So why don't you start off by telling me a little bit about yourself as we get our show going?
Sure. So my name is Dani. I am a singer, songwriter. I also have a reaction channel on YouTube, and I live in New York City. And I just really love connecting through my music, through reactions. I think that music is just, a universal language, and the emotion that we all feel through music is just really something special. So that's just a little bit about me.
Awesome sauce. Awesome sauce. Well, I guess since everyone's doing introduction, hi, my name is Pickles. I'm not an alcoholic. I don't drink. I did have to try it though for my don't tell anybody else. The other thing that I do apart from the stagecoach, and I had to take a couple for the team and try the wine. It tasted awful and it tasted like the same. I swear to God, everything tasted the same, but that's just me.
Mhm.
Anyways, I'm 38. I'm from San Antonio. Um, we have been doing some sort of variation of this podcast for the last 10 years. And I think that Deke and I have finally found our niche as to what we want this podcast to be. So this is what we're currently doing with it now. So that's us. Bacon, it's your turn.
Well, as Harley stated, there's been so many variations of the show. I even had another podcast that I was doing, and we're finally here. We're finally at this moment. I we've been trying to get all these podcasts off the ground, but we're here in this moment, and we're gonna just go with the now. So.
That's great. Great job, guys.
Mhm.
Thanks. So Danny, w- so you say you like reaction videos and things like that. Do you have a certain like niche of type of music that you like to listen to when you're doing reactions, or are you kind of doing like us, where we're gonna do reactions and reviews to like everything, including like books, movies, music, all that type of stuff?
So I think that reacting to different genres is so much fun. And I actually love to feed off of my audience and take their requests because it's introduced me to a lot of new artists, a lot of new genres, new bands. And that's something that's really exciting. When I started, I was focusing more on oldies, things that I sort of, grew up hearing in the background and listening to, but I didn't fully understand, the artist's history and background and the the decade that the music came out in and how that influenced the artist. So there was a lot of learning that I was doing through that. And Elvis, I always talk about, my channel started a lot based off of my love of Elvis. But growing up, I had heard the radio recordings and things like that, but I didn't actually watch a lot of his live performances, which is strange because I knew Elvis, I knew who he was, I knew about his dancing and stuff, but I didn't see a lot of his live performances, like the whole Vegas 1970 show and the Hawaii shows, like. And he was such an influence to me musically. However, I hadn't seen this whole other side of him, so it was this whole journey of really just discovering all of that, and that was something that was really cool. And my I always talk about my dad and my uncle being huge Elvis fans, and but it's just funny that you could be such a big fan and then still there's so much to discover about this artist because you're only taking in so much. And someone like Elvis, right? He had such an incredible discography. He had an incredible, amount of live shows, and he really changed through the years. So there was just a lot to unpack there, which was cool.
That's true. As an Elvis fan myself, like I'm still finding songs of his that I never knew he had out.
Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy. All the movies, all the songs from the movies. So there's just so much there. And my audience loves Elvis, so I love that. And then, like I said, I love to listen to things, they recommended artists to me that now I actually add to my playlist and things like that. So it's really cool.
I know there was one guy, whoever he was, who suggested the monkey Saint Matthew, whoever that guy was.
Yep.
Never heard of that guy before in my life.
Right.
I saw that video. So I understand what you're saying when you say that. With me, I grew up listening to Elvis and seeing through like my brother's eyes here, like how much Elvis means to him. It's kind of the same way with me and Selena. Like Selena is like my everything. I love listening to her music and like all of that. But seeing Elvis through somebody else's eyes, especially when I don't consider myself a fan as in like the way I listen to Selena or Pink or
Right.
like Jack White where like I know like all of their songs, like all of their albums, but like I know there I have certain favorite songs that I listen to over and over and over again, and the movies which I've never seen. I think I saw maybe like 2 or 3 of them, but we're also going to be doing an Elvis review to a what was the name of the album, Bacon? What did you I have it written down. Is it
One was GI Blues, the other one was Walk a Mile in My Shoes. Or You'll Never
uh
Walk Alone, excuse me.
no, it's called Elvis You'll Never Walk Alone. Now, Bacon, I want you to explain this to me because when I was looking at these particular albums, and Danny, you can just jump in here um and piggyback off what he's saying, but is so I don't quite understand how the music with Elvis works. I know that there was a lot of singles and a lot of like songs here and there that didn't go on albums, but did he actually release like studio albums that could be like, oh, this is his first album from like 1957 or 1958? Because I'm seeing that a lot of these albums, like the You'll Never Walk Alone, are like compilations from other songs that were like in movies and things like that. Is that true?
Well, I know that in his early years, like the early RCA stuff, it was like the not even RCA, like the early Sun stuff. That those were all his like major records. I think everything else later was like compilations from the movies.
Yeah. Hmm.
I see. I see. But yeah, I really liked that album. There were some great ones on there. I think the when I listened to it again on the second play, I think the one that I really liked a lot was Let Us Pray. And I also noticed that a lot of his songs on the GI Blues album and some of his other films are all written by the same person. I think his name is Sid what was his name? Sid. I have it written down. Um, Sid Wayne or Wayne's partner Ben Weissman. But I think I read in the Wikipedia that that was his partner, but I'm not sure about that because, like I said, I've never seen all of the movies, and I only know like certain songs from the movies. But that's my knowledge of Elvis.
Hmm.
So, what did you think of the monkeys though when you first heard Deke play it or when Deke recommended it to you?
Thought it was, really fun and, something different. Like I said, I added some of those songs to my playlist, so that was really exciting. And it's just always so fun to me when the audience gets really excited for me to hear something that they love or they grew up listening to or something that is meaningful. It kind of for them represents a time in their life or something that they went through. So it's that those are always super special moments to me.
I like that. I like that.
Mhm.
So what are you currently listening to? Are you still listening to like the oldies? Are you like trying to incorporate new music that just came out, or you're gonna kind of stick to kind of one thing for a little while?
I like to bounce back and forth a little bit. And I think I am going to start incorporating some more of new artists that are coming out. I think that there are pop is kind of like taking this little bit of a turn right now, and we're seeing finally some new pop artists, which I think is exciting.
That
And
aren't industry plants, by the way. Just saying.
yes, yes, it's true. Absolutely. But at least there are some, at least it's not the same two or three artists on the radio every day. Because that gets a little tiresome. But so it's fun, and it's interesting. Um, and I definitely want to, I think there's a base there. There are certain artists that I know my audience is going to love when I react to, like Angelina Jordan. Everybody loves her and she's incredible. And I truly enjoy listening to everything that she's putting out. She's working on a lot of new music, she's doing a lot of new collaborations. And so I get excited when I see that there's a new video posted by her. And I know that my audience will too. So I want to keep reacting to some of these artists that I've kind of established an audience with, and of course, add in and incorporate new artists as well.
Okay, now I have a question. Will there be any John Denver reactions coming?
Was that for me?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. I haven't received a lot of requests for John Denver lately, but I will definitely, add some in without a
Because
doubt.
personally, for me, I would say start with one of my favorite songs, which is called Alaska and Me from his movie Higher Ground. That is one of his most amazing songs. I know people would be like Rocky Mountain High or Take Me Home. I'm like,
Mhm.
those are all good songs, but I like his more obscure stuff, like the
Right.
B-sides.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, it's kind of the same with me and the Beatles. Like, I like all the like B-sides, the like 1967 after the Sgt. Pepper album. Because you guys, I know I'm such a bad Beatles fan. I don't like the Sgt. Pepper album. Like, I feel like I should because, well, everybody's like, "Yeah, it's, like, the greatest album ever," but I'm like, I think the better songs are on the White Album, my people, I'm sorry. I
Mhm.
can't help that. It has Helter Skelter in it has Back in the USSR, it has Birthday. Like, I mean, have you heard the guitar riff? The guitar riff, I am telling you, everyone says that Kink song, You Really Got Me Now is the first heavy metal song, but I'm like, have you heard Helter Skelter? That predates it by at least a year.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
And it's the popular albums or the tracks that everybody knows, they're always a little bit more influenced by the industry, by the production teams and things like that. And then it's the lesser known ones that have a little bit more artistry to them, and that can really give you a glimpse of who who the artist is as a songwriter. So absolutely.
So with your experience in the record business, do you have like a record deal or are you like self-publishing your music?
All self-publishing. I don't have a deal, but I am getting ready to release some original music, which I'm very excited about, and
Yeah.
also some covers. So I'm really excited. It's gonna be fun.
A- And when you're picking these covers, are these songs that again, are these songs that you've reacted to, or they're songs that you haven't reacted to that probably won't be on your channel? Because I know that there's a lot of songs that and things that we want to do that haven't been to our channel yet, and they may not. We don't know yet.
Yes. So this particular EP is titled "Songs I Wish I Wrote," and these are songs that I grew up listening to, or came into my life, and literally when I heard the song, I had this immediate just feeling of stop everything I'm doing, and a literal gut reaction of like, I could have written this, or why didn't I write this? I just felt it to such an extreme level. So that's what I decided to put together a little collection. I was like, I need to record these songs. I've been singing them forever, performing them live and stuff like that. And like I need to release them. So I'm really excited. And I'm in the process of filming some cover videos for them. So once I have those, then I'll start releasing.
And so, when you're recording these, do you play the instruments on the tracks, or are you using like the computer, like Guitar Pro or whatever it's called, to like make the backing beats, or how is that coming along? I'm always been curious about that.
Yeah, so it's different from song to song. So I do have some covers that I've played piano on. But in a lot of instances, because I don't play every instrument and I'm not a producer, I will work with a producer who typically will lay down a track for me. And we'll talk about what spin I want to put on the song, which instruments I want to be at the forefront a little bit. Maybe it's a cover of, like Back to Black by Amy Winehouse. When I covered that song has, more instrumentation to it in Amy's version, but I wanted it to just be stripped down, just piano in my version.
That's nice. That's awesome. I can't wait to hear that. So the Deke, do you have any other things that you wanted to add really quick before I start asking goofy questions? Because I like to ask goofy questions to everyone.
Well, one of the
Yes.
things I want to say, and for people who are going to watch this and going to see this, let me just say, Danny, your cover of "Shallows" was
Uh,
amazing. I have it all over my phone. Like I play it.
Wait, it's not on Spotify?
It's on
yeah.
Spotify, and I
Okay.
absolutely love it. I play both versions. I play Lady Gaga and Bradley Cooper's version, and I play your version. And I have to make sure that it's on the list right after the one Bradley Cooper and Lady Gaga. That's how
Um,
much I love it.
Uh,
Thank you so much. And see,
Yeah.
that was such an emotional day for me in the studio. I was in tears through that recording because I was going for vocal cord surgery in just a couple of weeks. So I had a cyst on my vocal cords and I was recording the song. It was not the easiest to do because of the cyst. Obviously, it was affecting my voice. That's why I had to have surgery, but I was so terrified of surgery. So here I was recording the song and I was like, "Oh my gosh, what if surgery doesn't go well? And what if this is the last song I can ever record?" So it was it was really just a an experience that was unlike any other time I've been in the studio. So I really poured every bit of emotion into that. So I'm so happy that you like it. And
I
you play
do. I love it. It's like one of my favorite songs.
it's such a compliment. Thank you.
so I'm looking through your catalog on Spotify, and I see that you have sung Christmas music.
Yeah.
Now, I always Deke knows that this is my little like thing. I love Christmas music and I love Christmas movies, but I feel like everybody sings the same like Christmas standards. When
Mhm.
you're picking songs for your Christmas album, do you have to be like, well, I need White Christmas and Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas, or are you thinking outside the box? Maybe songs that you've never heard being covered before.
Mhm. So I think it's a little bit of both. For me, I'm very driven by I sing what feels good and I sing what I connect to and I sing what, if I always put on this Christmas song because I just like to belt it out in the car, then that's the one that I'm probably going to record. So, I think the first Christmas song I've ever recorded was Baby It's Cold Outside, because it was just so fun and I would play it on repeat and I'm like, I gotta record this song. And then I recorded Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas. That song always reminded me of my grandma. So I recorded that one because it just made me feel closer to her at the holidays. Um, and then from there, oh Holy Night was the first song that I recorded post vocal cord surgery. So I had had surgery in August, and then I recorded that song, I think, in October so that it would be ready for a Christmas release. And I wanted the central focus just to be my voice. Because I had obviously just gone through this monumental, you know, moment in my singing career. So I was like, it's all a cappella. And I came up with that arrangement for it. And it was really important to me. For the first time, my voice to be heard. It was just like I wanted the voice to just encapsulate the whole recording. Um, so I choose them for different reasons. And then, of course, you have to have some variety in there too, right? Like, not every song can be this emotional ballad, which is what I'm more drawn to, but you have to add some fun ones in there too, like Last Christmas and so got to keep it versatile.
So how are your vocal cords? And can you kind of tell me what happened? Like, did you notice that your voice was changing with this vocal surgery? And how did you know that you needed this surgery?
Sure. So I was noticing odd things where I would like suddenly get really hoarse and it would be painful to even just talk like this, like we are right now. And I said, okay, I think I have to go and check something out, go to the ENT. So I went to the ENT. She did a scope of my vocal cords and she said, you have an intolerance, you have an allergy, and it's causing a lot of buildup on your vocal cords. So I had like a gluten sensitivity. And she put me on this elimination diet where I couldn't eat any processed foods. I couldn't eat any foods that had any fermented foods, anything that would turn to yeast or sugar that could build up on my vocal cords. So I did that. It was on a couple of, antibiotics and medicines, and it started to clear up. It started to feel so much better within like 5 days. Wow, there's clarity to my voice again, and I feel so good. And then as the I went to the next checkup and she could see that, okay, the buildup was gone and there was a cyst underneath on one of my vocal cords. So because I had been trying to sing and record and talk through having this buildup on my vocal cords were kind of working overtime and a cyst developed from that. So um, she said, we have to remove it and it's very routine and don't worry. My ENT was going to be the one that was performing the surgery. And she just said, there's nothing that you have to be too concerned about. It's going to be fine. It's easy, simple procedure. But for any singer, vocal cord surgery is just sounds like the worst thing in the world. Everybody thinks of, Julie Andrews and what she went through. So your mind just goes to the worst. And I even had, a vocal coach from my teen years. She even reached out to me and she was like, don't do it. Don't get the vocal cord surgery. Don't do it. And I was like, oh my gosh, like the night before surgery, like, don't say this to me. I have to get it done. And then they went in and they removed it, but then you go through a whole mental healing process too, which is quite funny, but the mind is so interesting and so complex. So I went from being, a singer who would get on stage and had no stage fright, I never second guessed myself. I could sing and belt out anything. Nothing scared me. To then dealing with having this cyst and going on stage and feeling like my voice would just give out. So I didn't know when that was going to happen. It didn't happen every time. It happened some of the times. And sometimes I could go on and be great. And sometimes I would go on and I'd be like, I just don't feel like it's going to be there. So that was really tough for me. It caused, like I said, a lot of anxiety. So then I had to work through that, through trusting my voice and trusting the process and feeling like, if I go out and perform, I'm going to be okay. I can rely on my voice again. So I performed the first thing I did after the vocal cord surgery was a national anthem performance. And I got through it. Everything was fine. But afterwards, I was so stressed out that I just broke down in tears because I was just so scared to do it. So, it was a really long process. Now I'm at the point that I feel so much better and I'm good. And my voice is totally back to normal, if not better than it was before. It feels like at times I feel stronger.
And if I may add to that, I think all surgeries are scary. My surgery that
Yeah.
I had, my weight loss surgery, was really
Mhm.
scary for me. I had to go through vigorous testing and all these things. So
Yeah.
I think all surgeries are scary.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. 100%.
And can I just say, at least from seeing you like right here, I'm not that close to you. I don't see any scars on your neck. Was there any scars, or was it like a simple like procedure where they didn't do scars, or it was just like inside the mouth?
They went through my mouth. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Interesting,
Yeah.
interesting. All right, so let's answer some silly questions.
Oh, fun.
What is your favorite Christmas movie? Um,
Oh,
is it
Oh, I know.
Okay, what's your favorite Christmas movie? I'm looking for recommendations so I can start a movie list on Fandango.
My favorite Christmas movie is Jim Carrey's Grinch. It's how we kick off the Christmas season in my family. So Thanksgiving night, we literally put on Jim Carrey's The Grinch. I could quote the movie front to back, and I honestly quote it like all year long. So, and
That's
we're
awesome.
nephew on it, so I'm like, you know, he laughs because he already knows some of the quotes and the jokes from the movie, which is so funny.
Bacon, what's your favorite Christmas movie?
Well, normally I'd say Die Hard, but there's that argument of it's not a Christmas movie or
It's
whatever.
not rude.
Hey,
So,
it's released on Christmas. If it's released in December, it's a Christmas movie. I'm just saying.
so
I'm
I'm
just
gonna go
saying.
with my second obvious choice, which is a movie that I'm not too sure if a lot of people know of, called Boys Town.
Hmm. I don't know it.
It's with
Mickey Rooney and
Spencer
Spencer
Tracy
Tracy.
and Mickey Rooney, and it also has a sequel called The Men of Boys Town, and technically it is not a Christmas movie in the
Okay.
traditional sense.
Hmm.
Um because it tells a story about Father Flanagan and how he opened his home and the parsonage to orphan children, orphan boys in where is it, Nebraska? And he called
Yes.
this place Boys Town, and it's still in existence today. And this was telling a story, but I agree with that. My favorite Christmas movie has been two actually, and one of them, again, is not a Christmas. I don't think it's a Christmas movie. I think it's more for Easter, but it's The Rise of the Guardians. And the only reason I say I think it's an Easter movie is because it's about it has the Easter Bunny, but it has like all the guardians of childhood, like the Tooth Fairy and um the Sandman and Santa Claus. Um but yeah, I watched that. I watched it for Easter this year and I'm going to watch it again for Christmas. And then my second favorite Christmas movie is actually a TV movie, but it's not a Hallmark movie because I
Uh,
don't do that Hallmark Christmas movie. It's called Call Me Claus with Whoopi Goldberg in it.
oh,
And
fun.
she's the daughter of Santa Claus. And this is the year I'm going to get that on DVD because it's not on streaming.
Yeah. I always hate that when you like see a movie once on television and then you want to watch it again, you can't find it anywhere. It's so frustrating.
Yeah, it wasn't on. It has never, as long as I've seen it within the last 10
Mhm.
years when I first seen it, I don't think I've seen it on any streaming platform. So, I know that the DVD is on Amazon.
Oh, that's good.
Um, but that's what I'm gonna do. All right, so next silly question is, what is your favorite Muppet?
Miss Piggy.
Awesome. All right, I would have said that too, but I think I gotta stick with my guns. I gotta go with Kermie. Kermie's the man. He can sing the Rainbow Connection. He plays the
She's got
banjo.
sass. She's so sassy. I love her sass.
Exactly, exactly. Bacon, who's your favorite Muppet?
I'm gonna go with a not so popular answer that people will be like, I don't even know who that is, or might be like, I don't even know who that is. So I'm gonna go with my favorite, Gonzo.
Yes,
Yes.
Gonzo. Bacon. What is the name of the two Muppets that sit in the two old men Muppets that sit in the booth and heckle everybody when they're on the Muppet Show?
Jack Lemmon and Walter Matthau. No, I'm just kidding. It's Stellar and Waldorf.
Yes. Not a lot of people know what their names are. That's why I always ask everyone. What are their names? All right, you guys. So I think we've had enough fun. I have my Christmas recommendations for The Grinch and Jim Carrey, with Jim Carrey. But what about Christmas albums? Do you have a particular artist that has the best Christmas album besides
Okay.
yourself?
I have a couple. Okay, so can I give three of my favorite?
Yeah, go as many as you want. I got
Okay.
time. We got time.
I love Elvis's Christmas album. His
Obs.
it's just amazing. So that's way up there. Um, I also love Hanson. So I'm a big
Oh
Hanson
my
fan.
god. We
And
gotta talk
their
about
Snowed In
that song.
album is just the epitome of Christmas for me. So I love that one. And then I also really love Kelly's Wrapped in Red album. Kelly Clarkson's Wrapped in Red album is very good.
I have not heard that one, but
Oh.
Hanson, I love Hanson every single day of my life till the day I
Me
die.
too. Me too. They're
I
coming
don't know.
to New
I
York in
don't know.
October. I'm so sad.
Um, so I remember when Hanson first came out because I was like 10, and they were all these like gorgeous boys with like long blonde hair and like the blue eyes, and they sang
Yeah.
Bop. But when I tell you that Christmas album, like I hold it to a high standard. I can't even. They released another Christmas album like 2 years ago, and
Mhm.
it's trash. It is trash. I hate it. I
Oh,
don't
I
like it.
disagree. Oh, I disagree. But
I was
'cause
like, it is not up there with the likes of Snowden.
it's
Snowden,
not it's not Snowden. Snowden will always hold a special place because like,
it's
it was
currently August, and I already have Snowden on heavy rotation.
yes, it's a great album. But I did love their take on Blue Christmas. I thought Taylor did it really well.
Yeah, and then when they were on that, when Hanson was on The Masked Singer,
Oh yeah.
and they showed him playing the piano. I was like, I am a diehard Hanson stan. I know when my Bay Taylor's banging at that keyboard. I knew that was
Oh
Hanson.
yes. Oh yes, for sure. Yeah, it's unmistakable. So
Mr. Sandwich, what is your favorite Christmas albums?
I also have three too, and one of which Danny already mentioned, as you know, Elvis. My second one is Leanne Rimes' Christmas album, the first one.
Ah.
And
Yes.
then the third one, I'm gonna go with my favorite rock band because they had some songs in here that I never heard of, and that's the Monkees' Christmas album.
Mhm. Mhm. Yep, I agree.
Very deep.
Obviously mine is gonna be Snowden, cause like goals. Um, the second one I really liked last year. Well, I don't know if it was out last year, but Idina Menzel
Oh.
has I think she has like two Christmas albums. And then can't remember what it's called, but she has a Hanukkah song on there called Ocho Candelitas, and I love that song so much. It's like it's giving you theater, it's giving you like lounge, it's giving like fur, like there's snow all around. And then obviously like the Mariah Carey, like nothing special, Christmas songs. But those are my favorite Christmas albums. I'm on the lookout for Christmas books for the year because I like collecting the little golden books for like Christmas, and they have a whole bunch of them. So I'm going to be looking on eBay in a couple of months to see what's coming out so we can have it for the podcast to read. And then I think we're going to start a Christmas movie collection that's not Hallmark. So I'm sick and tired of Christmas in Vermont and like um how do I say this nicely without like I understand people have their opinions or whatever, and that's fine. Like, you guys, if that's what makes you happy, that's fine. I just don't like those kind of Christmas movies because to me it's not ideal or it's not like logical. Like, am I ever going to have Christmas in Vermont and snow? No, I live in Texas. You know what I'm saying? Um, but Christmas in Connecticut, though, I mean, just if you like classic movies, I recommend that one. Mr. Singwich, do you have any funny questions you want to ask? Because I like funny questions.
Okay, if you could, okay, here's a funny question. If you could talk to any Marvel character, who would it be?
Oh gosh, I'm not good at with Marvel character. I don't know the difference of is it DC Comics and Marvel?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Okay, so um is Superman a Marvel character? I don't I
he's
honestly.
DC, and that counts.
I mean, it
Okay.
counts because now Henry Cavill's part of the MCU, so I say it counts because he could do a multiverse thing, and in one universe he's in the DC universe as Superman, and then
Mhm.
in our universe, the MCU, he's Wolverine.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, that was a Deadpool
So
spoiler.
so
I don't know.
so I would talk to Superman because I would like to know how he conceals his, I would like to know more about how he conceals his identity as Clark Kent. I'm intrigued by that.
I would have there's so many to pick from, but I think I would probably relate to the most in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, probably be my guy Bucky Barnes. That'd be my dude, like ride or die. Like I'll drive and you shoot out the window. Like I'm cool with that. Like we don't even have to talk. Like I just got it. I'm like here. You know what I'm saying? But yeah. Danny, I think we're gonna wrap it up today. It was very nice meeting you. Thank you for all these recommendations. I'm about to listen to some of your music. But before we go, Bacon, do you want to say anything else?
I just want to say, as Pickle said, thank you for being here. This was long awaited. I've been asking you for so long to be on all these podcasts that I was doing, and we couldn't get it done. But it here it is. We did it, and I thank you so much. I'm greatly appreciative of this, and I'm gonna give you the mic now and give you the floor, so to speak. Tell everyone where they can find you.
Yeah, so I want to also say just thank you for having me. This was a lot of fun, great conversation. You two are just really awesome to hang out with for an hour. So thank you for that. And you can find me. My name is Dani Atkinson. You can find me on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, all the places. And you can check out my music and stream it on Spotify, iTunes Music, anywhere that you find your music. So thank you.
And this is Pickles again. Please remember to like and comment and share on this video. I know I don't say it often because it feels like begging, but you can find me and Deke. I'm on the Instagram as Pickles. I can't remember why, but you can find me there. And then I'm Poppycock Guild 1 on Instagram. Don't ask, it was a long story. And then, of course, here on YouTube, we are the Pickles and Bacon Show Rewind. And Mr. Baquan, where they can find you on the socials.
Well, you can find me on TikTok at DeekRivers0907 and on Instagram at DeekRivers1. And you'll know my page because it has a picture of John Stamos and Bob Saget on it. So if y'all are like, who's this guy? Just look for the picture of John Stamos and Bob Saget.
So, all right, you guys, be kind to one another, love each other. Deke and I will be back later on today and tomorrow. We got 3 new videos coming out that we're gonna shoot simultaneously tomorrow because it's my day off from the stagecoach. But other than that, thank you guys. I had so much fun today, and it was nice meeting you, Danny.
Well, nice meeting you. Thank you so much.
All right, bye, you guys. I'm gonna
Bye.
end the meeting.